Hi.
Hi,
So tell the nice people who are watching our video what your name is.
I'm Dr. Julia Cain.
And you are a chiropractor, and you practice as a chiropractic associate with Lowe Chiropractic. Am I correct?
Yes, I do.
So I want to talk a little bit about your experience. There are many different associateships you could have chosen fresh out of school. Why did you choose to work with Dr. Lowe?
I specifically loved his WinWin associate program where it gave me the opportunity to grow my practice within a practice.
Right?
With all the emotional, financial support that I need in order to pay my bills and my hefty student loans back.
Right. You graduate from school and you've got a lot of student debt, don't you?
Oh, yes.
And so you had an opportunity. In fact, some people have talked about it as a postdoctoral program that pays you instead of that you pay for. And so some of the training that you've gotten in order to do exactly that, to build your practice inside the practice and make mistakes on his dime and all that, what does that training actually look like?
Definitely a process.
Mm-hmm.
So the beginning structure is direct support and direct coaching of
Right,
sorts. So
right.
do exactly what he says, exactly this way.
Right.
And it's really great because fresh out of school, there's a lot that you really don't know, especially in terms with marketing and patient communication.
Right.
So it's really nice to have a successful doctor who's been through all the proven methods share those with me, so that way I can implement that in my practice within his practice.
Right.
And then from there, he starts to open up the decision making a little to me, asking my opinion and input while still guiding me, making sure that I'm following the scripts, the checklist of the things that the patient needs and wants to hear.
Right.
And then it opens up even more where it's kind of pick from this list of ideas that you would like to do, and then eventually I'll get to the level where I don't need as much support in that level.
Right. And so you're being trained, you're being empowered. So what are some of the areas of training that you've received? You mentioned patient communication, that was part of it. But you also learn how to market as well. Am I correct?
Certainly, yes.
And so how has that taken place, and what does that look like on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis?
Sure. So I sat down with our COA, our community outreach assistant, who is very successful at getting patients not only scheduled, but to attend their appointments as well.
Right.
So I sat down with her, reviewed the systems, reviewed the scripts, and then she directly supervised some of the phone calls I was making to set up events.
Right.
I was able to go out to events with her so I could learn directly from her. And now a portion of the day, so a couple hours a week, I'll make phone calls to set up marketing events. And then I usually go out 1, 2, 3 times a week to attend marketing events to bring my own patients into the practice.
Well, now some people might think that sounds pretty scary and pretty difficult. How did you find it initially, and how do you find it now?
At first, it certainly was terrifying.
Yeah.
I was talking to people that I didn't know on the phone, businesses tripping over the script, and I learned that people are very forgiving.
Right.
And especially whenever they're representing their business, they're usually not going to be mean to you.
Right.
The worst you get is we're not interested at this time.
Right.
And that just means not at this time, give them another year, positions change over, give them a call back.
Right.
But most people, they're really excited to at least hear about the opportunity, and then they usually pass on the information to someone higher up.
Many young chiropractors are absolutely terrified of going out into the community, but it sounds to me like you have some great support that has made it not only possible, but also easy and maybe even enjoyable for you to do that. Yeah. Describe for me a marketing situation that you would go to where you would have fun.
Oh, sure. So pretty much all of them then, right?
Okay.
Okay, so one we just recently went to, Keller Williams.
Right.
They're so a big realty firm. They set up a meeting for all of their realty associates to come
Right.
to. And they provided food and beverages, and they used us as a highlight for their spa day.
Great.
So they had all these scented candles. We brought a massage chair. People just came over, got a massage. We had over half sign up, and probably 90% of the patients that signed up actually came in, and most of them are taking care now.
And you get a chance to not only get those patients, but you get a chance to see those patients as your patients. Am I right?
Yes, you are.
So some people go to associateships and they're never any more than an exam person, and they adjust the doctor's overflow, and they serve the clinic director's practice. How is it different that you're building patients that say, Dr. Cain is my doctor and I'm her patient? How does that feel?
It's very rewarding. I have a patient who's referred his entire office to me.
Oh, wow.
So he's probably referred 3 patients currently, trying to get a 4th one in, but they can't all leave the office at the same time. So
Right.
that's our current battle. And it's so awesome to have a basis of patients who they know that I'm their doctor, and they're able to share specifically that I'm their doctor. And so again, it's like having a practice within my practice.
Right.
So if something should happen where I move out on my own, I have all the tools to build my own practice.
Right.
And that won't be a traumatizing experience for me.
Right. So it's so you're learning everything you need to learn. So you've gotten technique training too. Am I correct on that? Okay. And so you've got the marketing training, and then also patient education training. And so you might stay with Dr. Lowe for some time, but you also might be in your own practice in several years. So so let's say that there was a prospective associate, somebody who was thinking about working with Dr. Lowe. What would you say to them? They come to you and say, I've got an opportunity to work with Dr. Lowe, or I'm thinking about responding to his ad. What would you say to them?
I would say I think that's a great idea. Honestly, I interviewed with other doctors before I met Dr. Lowe. I was actually about to sign up with an associateship for another doctor.
Right.
And thank goodness it didn't work out.
Right.
Because I would have been one of those exam docs where the lead doctor specifically didn't want me doing any marketing.
Right.
Because she didn't want to share her trade secrets with me.
Right.
So Dr. Lowe's associate program is fantastic. It allows you to learn, continue learning all the things you need to do to be able to run your own successful practice if you want to do that one day.
Well, I think that's great. By the way, your clinic director brags on you frequently, and he's really, really pleased with your work, and I know that you're going to be wonderfully successful, so I wish you the best in every endeavor.
Oh, thank you.